closer. Yeah, so good to see everybody here, and what a nice experience to enjoy those films together. It's the second time I've seen them. Once we had a screening in a cinema, and it's just as inspiring to watch these movies and just to see like how different but also how common our lives are, both in Kenya and here. And I've been a creative consultant on the project since 2020. So I've been to Nairobi conducting workshops together with Unga Berättar. And it's been a fantastic 2 years to see how this project just has evolved and grown. And I'm so happy to sit here today together with Wambui and with Amelia and Yvonne and Rhoda. Great work on these films. And now when I was watching, I was like, oh my god, I remember when we were going through like, oh my god, how are we gonna cut out the birds? Now how are you gonna film this? Oh, and this was all over Zoom. So it's wow. Great to see the finished product from Zoom meetings. So I'd like to start with each and one of you introducing yourselves. And you've heard about Hope Raisers, the NGO that we work together with in Kenya. So if you just introduce yourselves and your role in Hope Raisers. You can start with Wambui.
So my name is Wambui. I work at Hope Raisers as an artist. I do painting and weaving. So if you come to Hope Raisers, you will find me in the art studios most of the time. So that's what I do at Hope Raisers. And I also volunteer in other projects like mentoring girls around Korobocho. So that is what I do.
Hi, I'm Rhoda. I'm a mentor in Hope Raisers. Okay, I will join Wambui at art and mat weaving. Okay, that's.
Hi everyone, my name is Amelia. I do the basket with African prints, and I'm also a mentor as we go for outreach in schools and within the community mentoring the girls. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, I'm Yvonne. In No Praiser, I do DJ. Still I'm a mentor. I do painting.
Welcome, and now you're all animators and filmmakers as well. That you can add to your resume. That's fantastic. So just to start off and give a picture to everybody here, how would you say your life is as young girls growing up in Korobocho, living there now?
Let's say in Korobocho, girls' life are not that perfect one. There is case of rape cases, drugs. So like when you stay in Korobocho, you must find something to keep you busy so that you not enter in those bad companies. And so that's why I entered in Praiser so that so that it can help me to achieve my goals.
Would you like to add anything about how this being a young woman in Korobocho?
Okay, me, I was born there and raised there, and I went to school there, totally there. Okay, in Korobocho, it's not a good place for young people, because many of people are engaged on drugs. Like where I live, it's like here is our home and here is the club. Like we this interacting. Yeah, when we sleep, that you just see music. and people are drinking the illegal drinks. They are not good, healthy. They are like not good.
Okay, I'm getting one picture here, and which, you know, maybe in some areas here is also similar to what
Yes.
you're telling us about, which many people sometimes don't know. Like, you look at Sweden, like we were talking before, like comparing how everything is so organized here and how it's like different at home and stuff. But sometimes some things that you're saying I can recognize from some areas, maybe not with clubs, but like destructive lifestyles and stuff. But usually here it's mostly boys maybe that are more eligible to get into like drugs or like certain things in certain areas. So I think there's still a difference for boys and girls here a lot, generally speaking. But I'm so happy that you have Hope Raisers, and just you telling your stories of how you want to pursue your dreams, and you've found hope in Hope Raisers. What has Hope Raisers meant to you? What does it mean to you to have that space and place?
Okay, appraisers, just like the name is, it gives hope to women, young people, you know. It's a safe space whereby we can come in, you know. You find something to do, you find somebody who will talk to you in a positive way, not judging you all the time because of your background or what has happened to you. Or maybe looking at your story and then they're like, why did you do this? Why did it happen to you? But it's somewhere that you can get somebody who can lean on. You can get somebody who will speak these kind of words to you. And of course, there are words that will help you, you know, get to a level whereby you'll be able to do things positively, realize your values, you know, just knowing the importance of you in that community despite everything that's happening around. Yeah, so appraisers is such a, it's a big picture. If you ask me, it's a very big picture. When you look at it, then you learn a lot, you know. It's painted with these colorful names, colorful things, and you're like, this is where I want my life to be founded. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. Would you agree, or you want to add something? What has Hope Raisers meant to you? As a DJ, for instance, that's where you learn how to DJ?
Yeah, since I was a kid, I wanted to become a teacher. So like, when it was like, the process has helped me to achieve my dreams. There we have mentors who can come and help you with anything. When you go there, like you are safe. When you want anything, they will just give you. They will help you. Yeah.
Amazing. I could hear the good DJing skills over here. Yeah. And would you like to add how Hope Raisers has, what it has meant to you?
Okay, I joined band group in Korogocho, but I heard about appraisers where the people are so busy, no engaging on drugs. So when I joined there, at least it made me so busy. I can't find time to go to visit my friends. So I'm so busy.
And you? You want to add anything? Yeah.
I think Hope Raisers for me, it has been a space where you can, it's like expanding your mind, so you're doing different things. Because when I was joining Hope Raisers, I was going to do weaving, and then I was doing art, but I never thought that I can ever do like art. Maybe I can never be in these places and exhibit something in art, like, because most of the time it's usually for men. The filming, what we have done here, it's done by men. And if you grow up in a society where it is like that, you think it is like that, but for Raisers it's like expanding your world. So I would say it has been that space for me. Yeah, that's what it means to me.
Maybe to add, I think at Opera's is most of the things that are there, like we are able to access them for free. There's no payment. We need anything that we'll be able to provide it like on time, and we'll be able to do one or two just to achieve the goal that is ahead of us.
One beautiful thing I take with me now that you said, I mean, obviously, for it being free is very important, because that's one barrier that a lot of people, will stop you from doing almost anything if you don't have the resources. And that it expands your world to see like what is possible. But one thing I really am taking away from what you're saying now is that to go and not be judged. That's like so important, because sometimes you have family, you have school, and maybe you say something and you're so quickly judged. So that Hope Raises has that, and that you express that, I think that's something really to value. Because most of the time you need just someone to listen to you, to be able to work out whatever you're going through and take the next step. So I think that's very beautiful. So moving on to these amazing films. These are very personal stories, and as I was saying also, it really feels like you can recognize yourself and all this. It's like the same type of human challenges that we all face. But as you've explained your life in Korogocho, what has it meant to you personally to tell your very, very personal stories? What has it meant for you personally?
I think I'll start. I think number one for me, I've gone through a lot in Korogocho. It has not been easy. Those who have been there can tell, especially if you're a woman. And the thing that each and every day you go through challenges, you face 1 to 3 as a woman. For you to be able to tell your story, it takes courage. It takes really a lot for you to talk about your personal life, which you never want everybody else, to know, maybe because you feel it's a private life, But for me to tell my story, I think it's so inspiring, and first of all, it inspires me to talk about what I experience without judging, maybe, and it keeps me going, knowing that I'm focused, and I'm also helping somebody outside there, maybe who's going through the same or rather something different, but now they are able to look into it positively. Yeah.
Amazing. I see you, we agree.
Yes, I also think that telling our stories, like personal stories, as well, have made, like I was listening to Joki's story, who film was also here, but her story is almost the same. It's happening to us, I guess everybody, probably in our society, it is happening to us, and that is very...
Nyoki's film was the one about creativity, that we're all very creative as children, and then slowly but surely that is shut down, usually.
Yeah, I think so. From that story, her telling that story. I mean, if I was telling this, because it's almost the same, I can relate a lot about it. And to tell such a story, you personally, it takes a lot of courage from you, because you're also involving parents who probably are telling you not to do that, and which in our community and our society, the way it is like you're not supposed to talk some things out like that one. So I think it's give us power to be able to kind of like change our society the way it is, to point out things that are wrong, they're wrong. So telling our personal stories give us like power and strength to keep on moving and to change things that are not good in our society. Yeah.
Like Adam?
In Korogocho, like when you're opening up to people, they'll judge you. Also, like they'll judge you when.
Do you see it like that? Is it a difference than when you show a film? Instead of like, if you tell someone, maybe they'll judge you, but if you show a film, maybe it'll...
Much better.
Yeah, it'll be like easier to have a distance to it, and something that has like another value, as well. And if I have a follow-up question to that, like, because I was, seeing how it affected you personally, you're saying it gives power. But how about your like friends and your family and your community? How do they react to these films? And how has these stories affected them? Do you have any stories you would like to share? Any reactions? And has there been any angry parents or like anything, or has it been positive all through? Or have you shown the films to your family and friends in the community?
Yeah, mine I did, and my aunt, I'll talk about my aunt's reaction. She was like,
wait, Wambui's movie was the story, was the one with the birds
Yes.
and the peacemaker.
The peacemaker.
Yeah. She's a peacemaker.
So she was telling me that you should be, because she wanted me to go to school and learn law and do law to become a lawyer, and I didn't. She was like, when she took the movie, she was like, I was telling you, you didn't listen to me, and now you're making movies. Yeah, that was her reaction. So, but I think it's a good thing. They loved it. And then they were like, oh, are you the one who have done? Because like overall, the people that I showed the movie, they were like, are you the one who have done that? Because I don't know why. Because it's like, no, that is too much.
They thought it was advanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Animation
was like,
is very
Yeah.
advanced. It's advanced to certain. It's a great deal of work.
and so that was like overall reaction.
And for me, my sisters, they are the ones like who saw the whole thing, and they were like, okay, so you are into movies. Are you making money? Like, people, you have a lot of questions to ask, but just try to help somebody, realize what is with me, And then they're like, no, you are lying to us. I think you're making some good money. But the experience was amazing. Yeah, even if they keep on asking questions and they want answers that we don't have.
Yeah. And it's so much fun because I also wanted to ask you about like, okay, so now you're a part of an art scene and a film scene. I mean, you're showing your films in another city and all that. How do you feel like the industry, the film industry and the art scene, how do you think it needs to expand and grow so that this, so that more can take part of the arts? Do you see any like things that can change in the industry to make it better for underdogs like ourselves?
I think going back to my country, like Kenya, I think we lack the resources, that's the thing, but since it's being provided at all praises, I don't think anybody has any other reason, especially the young people, not to try it out. Because even for us, when we first began, we were like, okay, these things, are we back to the competence-based curriculum, like you have to do the drawings and you do the blah, 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 like the small kids, but it was something amazing, But since the resources are there, I don't think somebody has any reason not to try it out. And probably maybe they might realize that this is where their career lies, Because I know when you're done with it, you might decide to just go out pen a place and decide to train others. And maybe you run out of it. Yeah.
And that's what I think is great also, because seeing this project from the last 2 years, I remember when we were in the beginning of the project, we were talking a lot like, oh, we want this to spread, and Artemida, that we all know, one of our colleagues, I remember her talking about like, yes, then everyone can be like a database and ideas can be shared and the knowledge can grow, and it has been amazing to see how all of you have like taught, each one teach one, like you've taught other people the same methods. And also Nyoki, one of the other girls, like how, they have advanced in so many ways within animation and film. and it's beautiful to see. Can you tell me a little bit how you have shared these methods, like you mentioned in schools? And
Yeah,
further?
like back in Kenya, after we were done with the project, like that level that we reached for us to make this, we were able to go to schools, high schools. We were able to like start with the steps, just as we were taught, like online. And it was so amazing. And they were like, oh, so we can study this. Like in Kenya, if you want to study animation, you do it at the university level. That's where now, when you're now choosing what to do. So they were like, you people can train this so we can know about all this. And so when we began, it was a little bit tricky, but just the same with us, the way it was, but they came to realization that they really have a lot that they can do. They can come to our center during holidays and practice these things because they don't have the equipment at all places we have. Thanks to those who gave us these things, we are so much grateful that some more people can come, young people can come and learn, share their stories. And out of that, we realized that they really have sad stories also. And it's their first time actually to share their stories when you are doing the script writing and choosing the stories that you are to do together with them. And so out of that, they are able to say, today is my first time talking about my experience, and I think I feel relieved, kind of relieved. So it was so amazing to go in schools and do that.
Yeah, those workshops were amazing when we started with the script writing and telling our stories. That was a beautiful experience, and I'm so happy that it's continued to spread. And for you as artists now, what keeps you motivated to like continue? Because like if there's something we all have in common in life, is like how do you keep up that motivation? Because maybe you do one project or you do something, and then to keep going. How do you have any motivation hacks to share? That's the hard one for us all. How do we keep ourselves motivated?
Okay, me, I think what keeps us motivated as girls from down there is that we have our praises. We have this center where we can go, do our own stuff. It is a safe space. We have somebody to talk to. You have somebody to help you out. You have somebody to ask questions. I don't know, let me just say this, it's not like we are bragging or something, but thank you very much, Sweden. Thank you, Unga, Berättar. Like, we can even communicate with them and ask them questions, Aisha, Yelmina, everybody else. And so it is a privilege, and that's what motivates us. It keeps us going. No matter the challenges back there, we still have hope ahead of us, so we just keep on.
That's good. We need each other. That's what's motivating.
Yeah, and the challenges that we have, they also keep us motivated, I guess, because one wrong move where we live, your life becomes something else. So you have to keep up with the pace. So the challenges that we have, our experiences, our lives, that's what keep us planning. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. And one final question before we're going to open up for other questions is something else that us artists need to have, especially telling our personal stories and breaking boundaries and stuff, is courage. And all I see sitting here in front of me is like a whole bunch of courage. And if you would share with other people, like how do you keep yourself brave? How do you dare tell your story, dare continue, especially in the face of all the challenges that you see in Konsthall?
I think being that we've come from far, we've had stories, some are sad, and you reach a point whereby you see, somebody holding your hand to take you the other step or across the bridge with you. then you still have that courage to continue going no matter the challenges you encounter ahead of you or you face. So the courage is, I still want to move. I still want to get focused. That courage, like, I don't want to focus on what is behind me. I want to keep on.
And that's beautiful you're saying with the hand. Like, I think it comes back to, remember we were talking about the difference of living in Sweden, and sometimes that we get isolated here because of the cold and things, and how important it is to have each other in so many ways, and now even across borders. So that's great. Would anyone like to add something about courage? How to like just keep being brave, or how to dare tell your story or become an artist, or
because of seeing what other people have done. So you have the courage to do, because we have seen what other people who have been in front of us are doing. They rose from somewhere, and so that's what make us brave, because you can see somebody else was able to make it out of those situations. So we keep on. We are brave.
And also to those who are still going through, hard times, those who are still going through, their stories, they've not let go, they're still holding in. It gives you the courage because you want to help them to get out of that. Yeah.
Beautiful. You guys want to add anything before we open up for questions? Your two spokespeople have spoken. Do we have any questions from the audience? Yes.
Hi. How is this funded? Is it like a project between Kulturskolan and some other organization in Kenya, or is it just for this, or is it a long-term project?
It's been a long-term project, but I think Swedish Institute, Svenska Institutet, is the full financier of it.
It's a special program that we have that's called Creative Force, and they have different geographical locations that you can apply for, and this one is centered Africa focus, and then we have this exchange by a Swedish organization, which is Kulturskolan now, and Hope Raisers, and it's been you initiated the collaboration in 2020, and then from that we upscaled it. Yeah, we reapplied and upscaled to continue this collaboration, and it's been since then, 2020 until now, spring 2023. But hopefully we will be remaining this contact and this project in other ways, for sure, right?
But is it you guys who run this organization, Hope Raisers, or was it started before this collaboration with Sweden?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
tell us
tell us.
Who runs?
Hope Raisers.
Who started Hope Raisers?
And is it like a center anyone can come to?
Yeah.
Okay, so Hope Raisers is a community-based organization, and it was started by 4 men. They were banned, so they were creative, and so they were advocating for the injustices that were happening in where they were living. It's called Korogocho. It's an informal settlement. It's a slum. Oh, yeah. So that's why they started. They were singing. They were giving the message of those injustices through their band, and then they formed that group, which led to. So the group, the Hope Raisers group, they registered, and then one of the issues that was happening, the injustices, was about women. So they created a department, I would say, a program for women, which we are in, all of us, and we kind of do different things within Hope Raisers. But then there's a time we meet on Saturdays, and we have we are talking about, so that's how it was born. So we are under a program for women called Dadas Connect. Dadas is ladies, sisters, women.
Yeah.
So we connect with each other around that, and then we fight the gender inequalities, injustices within the Korogocho area. So that's how.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Because we run a restaurant, like their mother
Yeah.
is from Kenya as well. And I helped her to start Sweden's first Kenyan restaurant. So the food is from there. It's called Swahili Street Food. And we're opening a big place this spring with restaurants from different African countries where we're going to lift like all types of culture and art and music from different African countries. And we're also going to start an organization called Swahili Street Food Foundation, where like a couple of crowns from every meal we sell will go to projects in Kenya. So I would like to talk more with you guys later. So we need to switch contacts.
Thank you.
The place is going to be called Africa. It opens in May.
Oh, wow.
Where is it?
Yeah, where we are coming.
In Slakthus Nordet. And they're gonna so we are building the place now. So we get the keys in March and opening in May.
Will you have
So that this whole,
Will you have Cameroon?
first, we're gonna have three different.
We're
It's
gonna
gonna be
hook you
like three different small restaurants inside. There's gonna be Swahili street food, Kenyan food, and then one from Gambia, Senegal, and one injera from Ethiopia. And then we're gonna have guest play every month. We're gonna have food from another African country. So like maybe 1 month it will be from Morocco, like couscous, and the next time some other country, and yeah. So we're gonna keep it open, the menu. And we're gonna do a lot of we're gonna try to sell like clothes, and I have a friend who's Maasai. They make this jewelry stuff, so, and all this kind of stuff that we're gonna sell. All that money is gonna go to the projects we're gonna support. So maybe we can also collaborate with like selling things from you guys, or it would be so nice.
Yeah, and at the back we have some products from our group. So if we sell those products, some of the money goes to the projects that we are having. So if you would like some,
Please go and buy.
yeah.
Thank you.
And it will say my name for now on like Wilhelmina, so I will not give some money, but just so you know, like if you
your name.
yeah, because it's my switch. Yeah, it's a switch. Yeah. So you find the switch number there. They also sell a book, like the Hope Raisers, a book that you have printed, and also some posters from previous projects you have done. So they have like years of experience by doing this. You're amazing, and it has been such a pleasure to having you here. As you know, like you're my dear friends now, not just partners. And yeah, I want to thank you all so much.
I think you Wilhelmina's clothes as well.
What was it called when you guys?
We're keeping them warm.
Yeah, there's one more question.
More questions.
Yeah, it was not a question.
Okay.
It was just inspiration.
Oh.
Sorry. I am also born and brought up in Korogocho, and we have also done this project and fights for women's rights and girls' rights, and the challenges, I understand, they are real there. But don't forget one thing, you, fantastic artist, you are the carrier of the change.
Yeah, you will inspire.
And I'd also just like to, Asma, sitting over there, is one of the filmmakers that's from here in Sweden. Amazing film, who has also worked on the
Vilken hade
project.
du?
Huh?
Vilken?
Oh,
to me, letter to me, animerad låt.
Vi undrade lite innan så hur man gör. How do you do it?
Yeah, how do you...
Like this stop motion or like the boys ask like how do you do if you want to do this animation yourself? Like what kind of programs do you use? Like
You remember?
Let's put us to the test.
Some time ago.
Do you know if there's any like easy way to start?
Yeah. We actually have a book you can take from. So I can give some background. We didn't want to focus too much on like the technical aspects since it's been such a huge project and different parts. Like when we worked together, Aisha and my colleague Artemida were like initiating to find the stories, and you worked in groups helping each other, making scripts. And then I came in when you were actually creating the material. So some of you used stop motion boxes, and we have a book for that they can take.
Nice.
And you maybe if you saw some pictures on the SI Creative Force program, you see they're like red boxes, animation boxes, and stop motion. Others worked on iPads in an application called Procreate that we at Unga Berättar use a lot, right?
What's the name?
Procreate.
Procreate.
You can buy it in
Kan man
raw.
köra iPhone också eller måste man ha iPad?
Jag tror att det finns.
It's on iPhone.
Okay. And then we also had some filmed material, so they kind of got to choose also like which aesthetics they wanted and suited their story, you know. So some were filmed with a camera, and then we edited all in Premiere Pro. So it was a lot of sending back and forth, editing, talking, like adjusting, which is also a part of the learning experience. You know, it's different to do something like that when we cannot meet. So this was the first time I met like you four. We have just been seeing each other on the screen, and that's also something different, but also very now because of the pandemic and how things are changing and so. Yeah, but you can take the book, or if you're interested of Kulturskolan, you can also take a little flyer, and we have courses.
I think we have classes and courses, terminskurser i animation.
Även sådana här små?
Jag tror det var
8 och 9.
60-22 i Kulturskolan, så ni är
Jag vet att, eller jag minns att det finns fortfarande, men jag vet att det ska finnas en breda kurser i stop motion animation. Så det är värt att kolla.
Yeah, so we're not a community center in the same way, but we also try to really create an opportunity for young people all over the city to be able to explore their creativity and also ways of exploring themselves or expressing themselves without the bar being too high, you know? Yeah.
Can I ask one last question?
Sure.
Will this project be ongoing? Like the collaboration? Or
yeah, I hope so. Like this, for this creative force, like the funding and the program that we have is ending in the end of April. But like our goal is to keep on working together, and we will see in which forms. Maybe we will change our approach. Maybe it won't be like filmmaking. Maybe we want to try to expand, but really working with like Dadas Connect as the female and girls side of Hope Raisers to really make that like established as their own.
I just got an idea. Because in the end of the summer, we're also going to do a big Afro festival.
Oh.
Like Sweden's first. Like in this area, it's like it's a big like concert hall for 4,000 people there. So we're going to try and make like a real Afro music festival. So I thought maybe we can find some DJs and artists from your area, and together with Kulturskolan make a project, and we can fund it too, and you can fund it, and we can bring some artists and DJs from Kenya.
Totally, yeah, totally.
Let's talk more about it.
Yeah, and if you didn't try the samosas, then they're delicious,
Yeah.
right?
So good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Swahili Street Food.
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah, so good.
Det är deras mamma som har gjort dem. Inte jag har ingen ära för maten.
Säg tack till er mamma.
Ja.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
Yes?
I don't have a question. I always wanted to have one of the bags there, so I will buy one bag. And I invite everybody to follow my
And do you guys want to say any last words? Thank you, everybody. Thank you for presence. Thank you, Swahili Institute, Swahili Street Food, Konsthall.
Ja, tack så mycket.
This was such a nice evening.
Yes.
I thought I was just going to deliver some food.
But this is what it's about, like collaboration. Never ends. Okay, thank you.
You guys look great.